Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy A-Eazy, and we're here to talk about Marvel's Wolverine, the new game that's coming from PlayStation Studios, and it drops on September 15th. The developer is Insomniac, and we're here to talk about all the backlash that it's been receiving. Why is it receiving so much backlash? It's probably the question that you're wondering. It's the question that I'm wondering too as well. I'm wondering the same exact question. It's receiving a lot of backlash from people, one that has never played this game before. It's not even out yet, so I mean, there's that. They haven't played a demo, they haven't had any hands on, they haven't played anything yet. So I'm quite confused about where is all the negativity coming from. I think honestly part of it may be that people are still upset about Sony making a decision, or PlayStation making a decision, to not print any more physical discs in 2028 for their games. That could be part of it. You would think that would be part of it. But some of the backlash that it's receiving is that all these game mechanics and combat has been done before. Wolverine's fighting a Sentinel. Oh, we've seen this before. Is Wolverine not an X-Man? Is he not an X-Man? Do X-Men not fight Sentinels? Do Sentinels not hunt mutants? And they've been doing that through all, and I mean all, of Marvel's history and lore. So why will we not see Wolverine fight a Sentinel? Let that sink in for a second. It makes zero sense, guys. And then we have people getting upset because when Wolverine takes damage in the game, his suit heals as well as when he heals. Who cares? Honestly, who really cares about that? You know, and Insomniac did respond to all this stuff, guys. And they basically don't understand why they're receiving all this hate for this game that people haven't even played yet. And mind you also, it's receiving hate from people that don't even plan to even play the game, bro. It is insanity. It makes me rage a little bit, and it makes me a little upset. It's okay for you to have your opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? Say what you want to say, okay? But if you don't plan on playing the game when it launches, then you don't need to be a part of the conversation, my guy or girl. You don't need to be a part of the conversation because this doesn't even pertain to you. I've seen people that say, oh, I'm a PC player. I don't play on PlayStation. I don't even own a PlayStation, but I'm going to criticize this PlayStation console exclusive. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's something that, it's a toxicity that has been surrounding, there's honestly been surrounding the gaming industry for a while now, and I don't really know where or when it started, but people like to hate on new games just to hate on it, guys. There were people that hated on Crimson Desert, and Crimson Desert was a phenomenal game. People that still hate on that game despite how much work Pearl Abyss has put into that game. It baffles me how people can just be this hateful. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So when I sit back and I look at it, of course, back to his suit and the damage and all that, Insomniac could say that his suit was like a nano suit, similar to like the nanotech that Black Panther uses in the MCU, or Iron Man uses in Infinity War and Endgame for his suit. They could have said that when he takes damage, as he heals, the nano suit heals itself. So they could have did it that way. They didn't decide to do it that way. That would have been a smart play to kind of explain it. But in the end, guys, I don't want to see a naked Wolverine running around the screen and through the levels until we get to the next level because he took so much damage. I don't want to see that. I know you guys don't want to see it. And I get it. Games like Arkham Asylum, as Batman was going through Arkham Asylum or Arkham City or the Arkham series or whatever, as he took damage, you could tell his suit was taking damage too. But it never got to the point where there was a naked Batman running around Gotham. You feel me? So it's like, who cares if the suit heals? I honestly think it's pretty cool that it could do that. From a technical perspective, the fact that he can heal himself throughout the game, or he heals throughout the game and the suit heals with it, that is a achievement technically, from a technical perspective, guys. And I don't know, man. I think overall, I think the gameplay for Wolverine looks phenomenal. I really think it's going to be a great game. The writing, the graphics, the combat, everything looks amazing, guys. I don't think there's we don't have any reason to doubt Insomniac at this point. Insomniac has a great track record. We don't have any reason to doubt them right now. So we're gonna react to this video from IGN, guys. They already played Wolverine and they have some things to say about it. And I think also GameSpot also played it as well. Yeah, GameSpot did play it as well. So we got a couple hands-on trailers to watch, guys. We're just gonna jump into it real quick and we're gonna react to it.
If Insomniac has proved anything over the last 8 years, it's that they know how to make a hell of a superhero game. Spider-Man remains one of the PlayStation 4's defining action games, and a shining example of open world design, as are both of its follow-ups. Now they're looking to replicate that magic with Wolverine, albeit this time as a traditional, linear AAA action game. I got to play about 2.5 hours at a recent preview event, and while my impressions are mostly glowingly positive,
So that's one thing that I want to talk about too, guys. People have been hating on this game also because it's not open world. Bro, every game does not need to be an open world game, guys. It just doesn't have to always be like that. Sometimes we get fatigued on the open world stuff, and sometimes, bro, it just isn't warranted for the particular game that we're playing. Like 007, for example. Do I want to play a 007 game that's open world? No. I'd rather have a great story, good combat, well-designed levels, and it be linear than to have an open world and have multiple bugs, multiple technical problems, poor performance. I'd rather have a great story, good combat, and a linear experience than those problems. And I hope, one thing I do hope for Wolverine is that we're able to replay certain chapters. So say if we're trophy collecting, and we want to get a specific trophy and we know that we have to replay a specific chapter to get it, I hope that we have that functionality. I do know that New Game Plus will be available, guys, from the beginning, at launch for Wolverine, which will be great, guys. So that'd be a great thing.
did come away with a few questions and concerns.
All right.
Make this quick. It's been 48 hours since Essex was captured. We may already be too late.
Right from the start of my demo, it was very clear that this is a very different kind of Wolverine story than what I was used to. The X-Men haven't been formed yet. Wolverine, Sabretooth, and Mystique are all buds and part of a three-person task force known as Team X, and they're all led by a not yet sinister-looking man named Nathaniel Essex, who also serves as their mentor and someone looking to help mutants everywhere. That puts them in direct opposition with the mutant-hating Boulevard Trask. And the very first mission of the game has Team X setting out to rescue their mentor from his clutches. It didn't take long after picking up the controller for me to pop out my claws, leap 20 feet towards the poor sap, and ventilate his body with 6 holes. My
Bro,
first
that
reaction
looks
to the combat in
insane.
Wolverine was very simply, yeah, this is exactly what I want a Wolverine game to feel like. Combat is fast, vicious, and brutal, even if it is fundamentally similar to what Insomniac has already done with Spider-Man.
And that's not a
Much
problem.
like how Spider-Man was able to zip around the battlefield with his webs, Logan can use a gap-closing leap attack to instantly get right up in the face of an enemy and then proceed to shred them up with a basic melee claw combo or a powerful kick that can break shields and knock enemies back. That kick ends up being one of the most defining aspects of Wolverine's combat, as you can use it to both knock enemies off cliffs or into walls, and once they're stunned against a wall, you can utilize a highly damaging barrage attack that will generally defeat an
Bro,
enemy
that is
right
insane,
away.
bro.
On the defensive side, Wolverine is a parry-driven game, so you'll always need to have your finger hovering over that L1 button, ready to press it on a split second's notice, because
I like
enemies
that.
do not wait around for their turn. They are very aggressive, and while the fodder baddies can be dispatched fairly easily, most of the cybernetically enhanced ones have very sturdy defenses that strongly encourage you to parry their attacks in order to open them up. Wolverine.
One thing I'm not noticing, guys, about this, and one thing I don't see, it's like a lock-on feature. Like, can you lock on to enemies? Well, I at least hope that we can lock on to the bosses, because that'll make it a lot easier, unless it's like an auto lock-on. I just think all games from a modern perspective should have that, because it just makes things a lot easier. It makes things a lot more fluent that way when you're playing the game. But I mean, that's just me, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Also has access to a variety of special moves by holding down L2 and pressing a face button, which are generally reserved for stronger attacks that either do big single target damage, deal damage spread out over an area around Wolverine, grant him a limited time buff, etc. These special moves are all tied to individual cooldowns rather than a resource that builds up over the course of combat.
Bro,
one resource that you do have to keep an eye on is Wolverine's Rage, which is gained simply by dealing damage and killing enemies, but slowly diminishes when you're not actively.
You know, this is one thing I think is crazy too. I've been seeing a lot of people have some backlash about him using stealth and him walking through grass. Have we forgotten that Wolverine is a Black Ops assassin, basically? He was in special forces. It was trained with ninjas, and ninjas are stealthy. That's part of being a ninja, is stealth. And he's a master samurai. Like, have we forgotten like the lore of Wolverine? Like, have we really? Come on, man. Like, I think this looks great.
Slicing and dicing. It's a mechanic meant to encourage all-out aggression, which feels very on-brand for Wolverine. There are three tiers of rage that you can unlock by filling up the meter. The first tier is by default and doesn't really come with any benefits. Once you reach tier 2 though, you gain extra damage on your combo finishers, and most importantly, you're able to go into last stand when you lose all of your health. This was a neat way to incorporate Logan's healing factor into the combat design by making it so that as long as Wolverine has a bar of rage in the tank, he can essentially come back from the dead, trading in his rage meter for health. If he goes down without a full bar of rage to spare though, it's game over and back to the last checkpoint for you. At rage tier 3 though is where the party starts. Once he hits that rage threshold, the background turns gray, the enemies get highlighted in red, and all of Wolverine's attacks do dramatically increase damage, with
that's badass,
being executable immediately. This lets you throw caution to the wind and just tear apart entire groups of enemies in quick order. It is quite simply the epitome of the Wolverine power fantasy.
Bro, that is insane.
My overall impression of combat based on what I played is that it's all fundamentally sound, very satisfying, and does a great job of evoking the spirit of Wolverine. But at the same time, it felt like it was missing an element of creativity that I always look for in an action game. One of the joys of Spider-Man's combat, for example, was all the fun things that you can do that weren't necessarily the optimal way of clearing out a combat encounter, but allowed you to break away from the monotony of just punch, parry, etc. You could bounce off walls, mantle over enemies, slide under them, web them up, yank away their weapons, swing them around, launch them up for an air combo, knock them away, pull them back, etc.
That's Spider-Man, my guy. Spider-Man has more agility or better agility than Wolverine. So why would you think that Wolverine's gonna be sliding under enemies? Yeah, that criticism, that's typical IG.
Wolverine mostly just angrily stabs things. And while
because that's what he does. He does it. Hey, come on, man.
He is the best there is at what he does. I did wish that what he does offered a bit more variety.
That's just not his character.
Never did.
Now, to be fair, there are some fun ways that Insomniac encourages you to use the environment to your advantage. Like kicking an enemy into a forklift is always a good time.
There goes your creative
part. That organically feature combination attacks between you and your partner, much like what was seen in Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales. But on a base level, I do have some concerns about how Wolverine's combat will remain engaging throughout the entire campaign. It's certainly possible for that depth to be uncovered as I get deeper into the game. There is, after all, a skill tree with a variety of techniques and special moves that I only really scratched the surface of, along with adaptation points that can be spent on a variety of character upgrades. My hope is that those later upgrades and skills add some extra flavor to Wolverine's combat and aren't just more powerful.
You didn't even have to even add this whole entire segment, bro. All you had to say is that combat is going to likely evolve over the course of the game as you unlock new abilities.
Powerful techniques that scale his strength to meet the increased difficulty of later enemies and bosses.
Right.
Interestingly, the thing that impressed me the most about Wolverine was actually
that was the Sentinel fight that we just seen that people had criticism about. It was literally 2 seconds of gameplay and people had criticism about that. Oh, it's been done before. We've seen this before. Bro, it was literally 2 to 3 seconds of gameplay. Like him, and we don't even know if that was even like a major boss, bro. We don't know what even the circumstances of that fight is yet. Let them cook, bro.
Story. You've got Wolverine on a team with Mystique and Sabretooth during a time before the forming of the X-Men, with the addition of Jean Grey and Nathaniel Essex as two people that are very important to Wolverine, but also have two very different worldviews. These are all very combustible elements in play, and I'm excited to see where it all goes. Doubly so due to the fact that it's written by Walt Williams of Spec Ops: The Line fame, who is one of the best video game writers in the business. Thus far, the performances have been excellent as well. Liam McIntyre's portrayal of Wolverine is very grounded and paints the picture of a man bottling up a lot of anger and pain, but still has that rough edge and ruthless aggression that fans expect from the character.
You gotta talk to Essex.
I only got to see a little bit of Troy Baker's Nathaniel Essex, but so far, it's shaping up to be yet another memorable and nuanced performance in his stacked resume.
Nice.
I got to see different sides of both Mystique and Sabretooth than what I'm used to.
But you ain't ever coming back.
And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where Nicole Pacent and Brett Gibson take their respective characters.
You find Essex yet?
Oh, I found something already.
While much of the demo was spent with Wolverine snarling, growling, and prowling as he found new baddies to stick his claws into, there was one notable section that was much more quiet and subdued, and actually ended up being my favorite stretch of gameplay. In it, Wolverine wanders through Lowtown, which is a bit of a safe haven for mutants to congregate. I was able to strike up conversations with fellow mutants, engage in some not-so-friendly arm wrestling with Sabretooth, play a revealing game of Never Have I Ever with Mystique, and even find a handful of Easter eggs tucked away. It was a
People were hating on this part too, bro. That the whole him following the red line or him following this line has already been done before in games. Bro, every game borrows something from another game. That's just how games are developed now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it makes sense for the story and it makes sense for the gameplay, what does it matter? And that's how Wolverine hunts. He hunts through his senses, especially the sense of smell. So if this is like a scent that he's following, then let them cook, bro. Let that be. Like, that looks fine to me, whether what doesn't matter what color it is or what he's following, whether if it's footsteps or like this little scent wind thing. What does it really make a difference as long as the presentation and how it incorporates itself into the story makes sense? Like, I don't understand the hate on it.
welcome reprieve from all the action, and I hope that there are more moments like this where I get to learn more about the characters that inhabit the world.
I just needed some space.
Yeah.
From everything.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know that had to hurt.
Overall, I walked away from my time with Wolverine impressed, but not thoroughly blown away. It's clear that Insomniac is still holding a lot of cards close to its chest with regards to the story, and that's the element that has proved to be the most interesting to me so far. Combat absolutely nails the spirit of Wolverine and is very fundamentally sound, but leaves me with some questions as to how it will hold up over the course of the entire campaign. We'll see how it all pans out when Wolverine releases on PlayStation 5 on September 15th. For more recent previews, make sure to check out our IGN First coverage of Control Resonant. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
IGN has been hit or miss lately, guys. It's been hit or miss for years. It's been hit or miss for years on hands-on previews, reviews, just in general. And this is one thing, and I know it may be a little controversial, but honestly, I think what would be good for the gaming industry as a whole is if developers stop sending out review copies to these early review copies to all these game journalists. And the reason why I think they should stop doing that is because a lot of times day one patches are not available for them during the review. The review copy is like a rough part or a rough copy of the game, and what ends up happening is they review the game based on what they have, and the game could have a little bit of jankiness to it, and that shows up in their review, it shows up in their score, and then launch day comes, we get a day one patch, and all of a sudden that game is running phenomenal, and everything they said in their review is proved like totally useless. And that's one thing, that's one of the reasons I think they shouldn't even get review copies anymore. Also, I don't think they should get review copies anymore just because sometimes their reviews just be off, period. They'd be so disconnected from what the rest of it's disconnected from what their audience actually feels. And the biggest example of that was Crimson Desert. That was like one of the biggest examples of that. Another example of that was the latest Dragon Age game. I think it was called Veilguard, I think is what it was called. I mean, Concord, Where Winds Meet. There's so many games, guys, where these game journalists' opinions was just disconnected lately. So that's why I think that they just shouldn't get review copies anymore. And honestly, they shouldn't even get hands-on previews anymore. Did we need IGN or GameSpot or any of these game journalists to have hands-on previews of Wolverine? No. We're already sold on this game. It's gonna be a hit, Sony. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna play it. Like, it's gonna happen. So regardless of all the physical game stuff and all the other BS, we're gonna play Wolverine. It's gonna sell. So I don't know, man. I think overall, if they want to clear some of this up, maybe release a demo for the game leading up to it. Sony doesn't really, actually Sony never does that for their games, but if they wanted to, I mean, they could do that if they think the backlash is severe enough to warrant that. But overall, guys, I think the backlash that Wolverine's receiving is just from a lot of people that are one, it's a lot of people that's upset about the physical disc ending in 2028. Two, it's because it's just the internet. There's a lot of trolls on the internet, but it's also just a lot of people that just love to hate everything, from movies, music, to games, to anything that has to do with entertainment, to what people wear, to how people look, to how people talk. It's just a lot of people love to hate nowadays, man. I really just don't understand it. So it's just a combination of everything, guys. Wolverine's gonna be a great game. I'm gonna highly recommend it, even though I haven't played it yet. Just from what I've seen and the Insomniac's track record, I don't see any reason to doubt them. I've already pre-ordered the Wolverine controller, the yellow and black one. I'm gonna get the the silver and black one, the Animanium and black one. I don't think I even said that right. I'm stumbling over my words at this point. I wasn't able to get the pro plates because they already sold out. I'm gonna have to get them secondhand, but I am gonna get a yellow one, yellow and black one. But regardless of all that, guys, if you made it this far, subscribe today and join the kingdom. I greatly appreciate it. For those that did subscribe during this video, welcome to the kingdom. On this channel, guys, I'm going to basically explain what we do here. Okay, I'm going to explain what we do here for everybody that's new. My gaming channel is a mix between a lot of things. Okay, we do reactions, we do gameplay, we do first impressions, we do reviews, we play every game under the sun. We don't just stick to one. So if you guys, when you subscribe, just be aware that my uploads might seem, sorry, my alarm just went off. Sorry, my uploads might seem a little random at times. But guys, we do a lot of things. I do everything from long form content to shorts to live videos. So keep that in mind. You'll get content if you stick with me. Okay, guys. That's pretty much it. Your boy's out. Blessings, peace. Let's go. Let's get it, guys. Till next time, you'll be blessed to take care. Above all, keep God first. And somewhere on this screen, a bunch of stuff's gonna pop up. Make sure you check out the next video, man. And make sure you drop that like and hit the bell to get the notifications. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed and take care. Let's go.